Many moons ago, and I mean many moons, I'm talking 650 moons ago, your boy made a little video called In Defense of Zion Williamson. And this was at the height of all of the NBA pundits calling out Zion about his weight.
He looks fat. I saw the brother go to the free throw line. He looked like he had a belly. He'll eat the table.
Because he eating fast food. He can't overcome a bad diet.
He's not in shape. Look like me and Shaq had a baby.
And saying all kinds of mean and nasty things about him. The embarrassing loss in the in-season tournament, and everybody was raking Zion over the coals, even though a few days later he had a monster 33-point game and a win against the Timberwolves that nobody paid attention to. And the viral video of him chugging up the court, looking really overweight, was going around. It just was not a good time for Zion. So, being the contrarian that I am, I came out with a little video in defense of Zion Williamson. And I went back and watched it because, you know, we've all seen the new pictures of him on Media Day that came out, and we'll get to all that stuff. And I will pin a link in the comments below to that video if you feel like watching it. Now, you got to bear with the video a little bit. You're going to have to endure my Lord Farquaad haircut I had at the time, a terrible mic that made this terrible clicking sound. Look, it was a time where I had, I don't know, maybe about 47 subscribers when I made this, and I've really come a long way since then to my whopping 827 subscribers now. You know, I've really blown up since then. But your boy made some good points that are kind of relevant right now. You wouldn't want Zion to lose too much weight because just look at how he played against the Timberwolves. The reason he was able to score so many points was because he was able to get into the paint and kind of play that bully ball. He would kind of have to find that fine line between being in peak physical conditioning and shape and through diet and nutrition and discipline and all that stuff while maintaining a healthy amount of bulk to still do what he does. So why do I bring this up? Well, we've all seen the pictures going around of him from the New Orleans Pelicans Media Day of him looking super lean. Some people said he looked too skinny and too emaciated from that one picture that was going around. And let's just address that picture real quick. When I first saw that picture, I thought it was fake. It could, because ironically, I saw it on NBA Central. But as I'm scrolling around and looking around the World Wide Web, I'm seeing it posted more and more places. And then I see it posted on the Pelicans page, and I said, oh my god, this is real. And I had the same reaction too. I was like, god, he looks like emaciated in that picture. But if you look closely, it's kind of weird lighting. He's sitting and leaning forward, so his head is more forward than his body, so it's a little bit of an odd posture he's in, and the light is kind of weird. He has a blue background and there's a blue light from the side hitting him, so a lot of his arm looks blue and it blends in with the background. And you can see in the press conference that he still is a very big dude, but big now in a much better way. It looks like he really leaned out but didn't get skinny. There's a difference between just losing weight and losing weight but putting on lean muscle and lean mass. And he looks really strong and really solid. You can see in the before and after pictures from previous seasons, he's not as like thick and chunky. He looks just solid and lean and fit. So I, along with every single NBA YouTuber in the last 24 hours or 48 hours, however long it's been, is doing an obligatory Zion Williamson video. By the way, I don't know how these guys get these videos out so fast. I guess that's why they have a ton of subscribers. I'm like, how do they edit so fast? How do they do the research? Oh my god, I don't know how these guys do it.
How you doing that?
But I gotta be honest, I am drinking the skinny Zion and skinny Luka Kool-Aid. And I'll tell you why, because they're not skinny. That's the point. They're lean. There's a difference between lean and skinny. Luka didn't just lose weight. He got fit. Once again, there's a difference between losing weight and getting fit. Zion didn't just lose weight. He lost weight and got fit. He's 25 now. You know, he's probably grown up. He's probably maturing. And he said some very interesting things in this press conference. And one of the more interesting things that he said that should be pretty scary is that he feels as good as he felt when he was in high school and college.
I haven't felt like this since college, high school, just where I can walk in the gym and I'm like, I feel good.
That's scary because, man, when you go back and you watch some college highlights of Zion Williamson, oh my God, what an absolute freak of nature. You gotta remember, this dude is 6'6". He's listed at 284. Now, I'm not really sure what he would be. Maybe like 260. And another thing he said that was, pretty profound and interesting is that,
dude, it feels good to feel good.
It feels good to feel good. Very simple, but very true. And, it seems like that he's hopefully now grown up, matured. His head is in the right place. He's going to stick to this diet and not be involved with all these off-court drama with these girls and all this stuff. You're 6'6", 280, whatever he's listed at. And when you move like that, that is just so much torque and stress and pressure on all of your bones, your ligaments, your tendons, and all of that stuff. It really is in his own best interest to be as lean and fit and in peak physical condition as possible because he is such a big body. It will really keep you from being injured and hopefully keep him available throughout this entire season. Another good thing about him going into this season lean and fit and in shape is that he hopefully will break this cycle that he's been in of getting hurt, and then when you're hurt, then you're out of shape, and then the season starts and it's like, okay, well, I'll just get in shape as the season goes. And then he starts off the season not playing all that great, but as the season goes, he gradually gets into shape, and then he starts playing well. As you start playing well, you're going to be more explosive and moving faster and jumping higher, but with that big body of his, it's really not prepared for it, and it lasts maybe 20, 30 games. Like last season, you played 30 games, and then what happens? Boom, you get hurt, and then the cycle starts all over again. And there's a lot of people doing the collective eye roll, going, oh, we've seen this before. We've seen this charade before. But no, I do believe that this is different. I think his body is in a different place than it was. And then you have a guy like Jeff Teague. Like Jeff Teague, I gotta be honest, he does make a good point. And his point was, oh, whoop-de-doo. Oh, you got in shape. Oh, you're a professional athlete and you're actually in shape now. Like, why should we care? You should have been doing this every season.
Man to man conversations.
It's probably the dumbest press conference I ever heard in my life. All this stuff is because of you. You choose to eat, be out of shape, all that. Now all of a sudden it's a contract year probably. They believe in me. Fool, they gave you a max deal. They been believed in you.
Yeah.
But they had to put all them options on there because you ain't believe in you. And you decided to lock in and do what pro athletes do. Take care of themselves. Like I ain't, man, hell no. I'm off that. I ain't a fan.
Bro,
no
we
more.
have been talking about this for like 3-4 years.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, bro.
Hey, you are a professional basketball player, bro.
What? You get paid damn near $40 million a year to be in shape.
That's
and I
all
ain't
you
even
have
trying
to
to sound like an old head. It's just that you do a press conference and say, yeah, I feel the best I ever felt since college.
Yeah.
Like, you choose to feel that way. You could have been like this for 3 years. But for him to be a superstar and generational talent when he came out of college, and for us not to even get a full season out of all the years he been there, it's trash to me. Yeah. Especially when you can do it. You got the ability to get in shape. You got the money to hire a chef. He got everything he needs to be successful. That's just crazy when he play.
Yeah. Amazing.
When Zion is on the court, he's an all-star.
Yeah, amazing. Sure. He just got to be on the court.
Yeah, and you just got all the resources to be successful, bro.
I stay in the best shape I can be. Why can't Zion? I mean, I worked out so hard playing basketball yesterday, I gave myself a headache because I dehydrated myself. How about that jump shot, though? How about that jump shot? How about that swish? How about that form? Anyone who wants to play in West Hollywood, hit me up. I live in LA. Let's shoot around. Let's shoot around. Now, just imagine if this is all real and Zion really is in peak conditioning and he's lean and fit and injury proofed and he has a great season. Imagine what the ceiling is for this guy. Last season, people forget. Yes, he only played 30 games, but in those 30 games, he averaged 24.6 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, 5.3 assists in 30 games. And he did it on, I don't know what his field goal percentage is off the top of my head. I'll look it up. There's a good channel, Six Man, who put a very good graphic up. It talks about the elite company that Zion Williamson is in. And when you look at the other players around the league to average 24, 5, and 5, you're in the same company as Who's in there? LeBron, Cade Cunningham, Tatum, Luka, Jokic, Giannis. So if this guy can be healthy and be consistent and be available and be in good shape, the sky's the limit for him. A healthy Zion playing good basketball is so much more fun for the league, because who doesn't love watching awesome Zion Williams highlights? He's such a unique basketball player. And hopefully this can just help his all-around game, because if he can move better, it's going to help him on defense. Apparently he has a reputation of being not so great on defense. Well, if he's lean and in peak physical condition, that can help him a lot on defense. Now, real quick, let's talk the Pelicans. Let's talk the roster apart from Zion Williamson. It's an interesting roster. The addition of Jordan Poole. Now, look, I'm not a big Jordan Poole guy. I'm on the fence with Jordan Poole. But we all have seen the contributions that Jordan Poole made when he was on the Warriors. And then I know all the drama happened. Then he got shipped off to the Wizards. On the right team with the right roster, I don't know. Maybe Jordan Poole could have a bit of a comeback, a bit of a career renaissance. Then, of course, you have DeJounte Murray. I know he's out, but I did see some articles recently that he's back to dunking and he's back to doing, I think, sprints. Even though it says that he's still not coming back until later this year or early next year, it seems like his recovery is going very well. Really dynamic, great player. I'll never forget last season, I think, he hit an absolute dagger, buzzer beater three-pointer against the Miami Heat on Udonis Haslam's jersey retirement night. Absolute dagger. And right after that, I made a video called DeJounte Murray, You're Hired, because I think the big rumor was that he was going to get traded. So I made a video about that. But yeah, DeJounte Murray, great player. Jordan Poole, we've seen what he can do. And then, of course, Trey Murphy and Herb Jones, two of the more underrated players in the league. Herb Jones, phenomenal defender. Trey Murphy's a great player. And you take those five guys, that's a nice little team you got there. Poole, Zion, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, DeJounte Murray. And that's a nice team. And those are five really solid basketball players. And if those guys are in the right place and they find a dynamic and they're healthy and available, that could be, a nice little team. And then you got other guys. You got like Jordan Hawkins, who's a sniper, Jose Alvarado. And then I gotta be honest, the rest of the team, I'm not really that familiar with a lot of those guys. So that's it. There's another Zion Williamson video, as if there's not enough Zion Williamson videos that have come out in the last day or two. And I understand Jeff Teague's point of view, like, oh, great, Zion finally got in shape. Why should we care? You're a professional athlete that got in shape. Whoop-de-doo. But, within the context of everything, I just wish the best for Zion, and he's such an anomaly of an athlete. The NBA will just be more fun to watch if Zion is playing to the best of his ability.